And maybe we'll one day look back on Kyler Murray's second game of the preseason, his rookie year, with amusement, where we'll say, remember when he got that safety? Remember when he looked bad? The line wasn't blocking for him. Maybe it looked like Cliff Kingsbury's in over his head with his offensive scheme there. Didn't they used to have a franchise running back there? Remember those days, McLovin? Where are those days?
David Johnson?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that dude.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to continue to disappear because that offense is really not suited for David Johnson, I don't think.
Is it suited for anybody?
Well, maybe Kyler Murray. We're going to find out. But, the offense was out of sync against the Raiders. And then after the game, you had Kyler Murray hinted that we're not really seeing everything that they have to offer. It's not what they're – and you're not going to show everything in the preseason. I get that. But here is Kyler Murray on it's just a preseason game.
We didn't look as good as we would like to look, but it's a preseason. This is why it's a preseason. It's just tough because, it's not we're not playing a whole game. And it's I don't want to say it's not real, but it's just, it's not the regular season. We're not doing everything that we're going to do. So that's why it's kind of – it gets frustrating, but at the same time, it's preseason. So.
Okay. I know it's not a real game, but you should care. And I don't know if the philosophy is in preseason, we're not going to block, but in the regular season, we are. Here's my problem with Arizona. I like Kyler Murray. I like them taking him, but it would have been nice if you spent a couple of your draft picks on offensive linemen. I was shouting from the mountaintops when the Colts did this. You draft Andrew Luck, and then, oh my gosh, he's running for his life. Then you get Quentin Nelson. All of a sudden, things change. You invested in your offensive line. You must invest in that offensive line. Andrew Luck was the least sacked quarterback last year. Well, there's a reason for it, because they paid attention to the offensive line. Arizona has one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen. But I've only been covering the NFL for about 40 years. So, okay, put that into perspective. You got to go out and spend. They got a wide receiver, I think a defensive back in the draft, and there were tackles there to be taken. They just haven't improved the offensive line. That is going. Kyler Murray is fast at Oklahoma. You're not as fast when you get into the NFL. He had to be looking and going, I usually escape against Texas Tech when I make that run. Wow, these guys are pretty fast. 3 for 8, 12 yards, sacked in the end zone for a safety. Offensive line, that's a big issue here. But I know it's only a preseason game. He'll have his ups and downs, and this isn't a good team. You got Larry Fitzgerald, but you're going to need a lot more. You got to need a little bit more time to be able to find Larry Fitzgerald. It was ugly last night. Hopefully for Murray and the Cardinals, it will be maybe the outlier in what turns out to be an interesting, fun regular season.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.